sure beautiful here. You guys want to see something super cool? Look at this carving. The thing's massive. Like here, let me put my hand on it. Look how big it is from the size of my hand on it. It's an elk. Real elk antlers. Look how freaking cool that is. Guess where I am, guys? I'm at Saw Valley, meeting Ryan Cook. One of his bears. Look at the size of this tree, guys. He's gonna carve this sucker. Western red cedar. I'm just pumped up. There he is making a badger.
Dude,
what's up, man?
Oh, nice to see you.
You too. How's it going?
Good. Look, we're dueling YouTubers.
Oh, wicked. Wicked.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Cook here, and we're gonna start a new video. This is Jordy Johnson from Carving Fusion.
Jordy the Hack Johnson. What's up?
Nah. You guys go back and watch the Beachfoot video. I talk about Jordy, and he just surprised me at my shop. So I think I'm gonna put him to work.
What are we gonna do?
We're gonna notch in a bench. Do you got time?
Yeah, I do. I've never done a bench.
Sweet. I am going to show Jordy how to notch in a bench, and we're gonna put this badger, which is not finished yet, and this bear over here together. So we're just diving right into it, eh?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
That's what I do.
Okay. Okay, so in carving benches, you haven't done a bench before?
Never.
Okay, cool. So this is gonna be fun. Let's go over here because this.
All I carve's wood spirits, Ryan. That's it.
You only do wood. Well, you know what? Jordy's gonna do a wood spirit bench and put it for sale on his page.
Yeah, one day.
One of these days, and someone's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So, what we're gonna do is I've got a log out here. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. That's perfect time.
Is it work or art?
Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of both.
Okay.
So I've got a slab here. I'm gonna run the saw down it, and
This slab here.
yeah, old growth Western red cedar,
Okay.
salvaged, and we will mill it at about 2.5 inches and cut it down to make it so it's a little smaller. And then we're going to take the Alaska mill it to 3 inches, and then use the round part for the bench. So let's get to it. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say it's a huge honor, man. It really is. You're basically the carver that I look up to for chainsaw carving, and you're the reason I started chainsaw carving. Okay, so yeah, let's get this thing started here.
That's awesome. Thanks, dude. That's rad.
It's true, man.
That's freaking
Yeah,
awesome. Well, hey, you're my inspiration for YouTube. So you guys check out Jordy Fusion on YouTube. He's killing it.
Carving Fusion.
40,000
Right.
subs.
Carving Fusion, bud. Carving Fusion.
Carving Fusion.
Yeah. Jordy
Carving
Fusion, Carving, same thing.
What's that?
Jordy Fusion, Carving Fusion, same
Jordy
thing.
Fusion, Carving Fusion. You Google it.
This
you'll
is,
find it.
you know, this cedar here. Is this? Oh, this is cedar.
That's Sequoia redwood.
Oh,
Yeah.
wicked.
Yeah. I was thinking about using that, but it's, you see over here, it's got like this red heart inside, and it
Holy
it looks
shit.
beautiful. It grows in like actually your area in Richmond, except it grows like a weed. So like a lot of places in like the 60s thought it was like a great idea in Vancouver to put redwood sequoia.
Really?
But what they didn't really anticipate is that this shit grows. Like look at these rings, right? So each one's a year. It's growing that much every year. Now that's like a 30-year-old, not even 30-year-old tree. You
Yeah.
put that at 40-year-old, and some of them are like 7 feet wide, and now they're too big for a lot of the places in Vancouver.
They just cut one down in my, I live in Ladner, they cut it down in Ladner, and I got a hold of the arborist company to see if I can get some. He goes, it's already all sold.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, you cheap son of a fuck.
Don't even buy that stuff, man. A lot of the times they're giving it away.
Really?
Yeah, because it's heavy and gross, and it looks nice when it's sanded, but it also takes like 2 I had slabs milled of it, which were awesome tables.
Yeah.
But I had literally, unless you pay to get it kiln dried, but I ain't doing that because I can't afford it.
Yeah.
It was fucking sitting there for like 2 years till it dried out.
Crazy.
So it's
Okay.
a long process. But
Okay,
yes.
so we got to get working here, and we'll be filming stuff like that. I think we're both each going to make a video today, and we'll just see how it goes. And oh yeah, Ryan, I got, okay, never mind. Let's just start working.
What do you got?
Well, I was just going to talk to you about that, the size of logs there. I got access to like first growth cedar like that in my town. That was a dock. Remember, I think I told you about it.
Nice.
It was a dock. The wood was underwater, so it was preserved.
Really?
Yeah, bone dry cedar.
Grab
like
that stuff.
I'm gonna.
You should.
Gotta carve a big chair or
You
something.
can carve a bench with it.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's get this started. So,
Okay. So he's just pulling around the skidster right now. I'm just really pumped up to be here, and it's just a super big honor to be able to be here and help him with this bench that he's doing. I've never done a bench, so kind of show me how to do it, I guess, when I'm helping him. He's got it. Okay, see you around front. See how he's bringing it around. Look at the size of this chainsaw, Pete. This makes my little 193 look like a beast. This is a wicked little saw. Just wicked. A little echo. Wow, is that ever light? It's just awesome. I don't think this is in the market yet. But anyways, he's bringing that piece of wood around here. So we're just gonna cut and rip the board.
this all is because I know this is going to be the back or the front, and it doesn't matter because they're going to flip, and we have lots of meat here and lots of meat here, right? So the back part doesn't need to be as thick. So like I just need to make sure that the base at 6 feet needs to be like 2.5 to 3 inches. So we're gonna mill it like that and then use this rounded part for the back part here. So we're just gonna grab the mill, grab a big saw, and I'll snap a line, and we'll get our measurement from the lowest point here and just run the saw, and then that'll be how we'll do it.
Okay.
Okay? For you guys and for Jordy. Let's do it.
Can I ask you a quick question about your saw?
Absolutely.
Lots of people with those carving bars
Yeah.
are wondering how loose to leave their chains so they don't heat up their tips, right? Is that why they leave the chains loose?
Yeah, if you have a carving bar, so like I'm excessive and I'm lazy. So I think mine's a little bit too loose. I would say maybe like that much hang is good for a bigger bar. But for me, I'm comfortable with using it really loose because I know when I dig in what to do with it. If you're just starting out, use like that. Because if you have it too tight, the bar will get too hot. There's no sprocket, so it will snap and burn out and blow them out. Especially on those like non-Canon bars. You know, I don't want to talk about any other brands, but
Well, Canon bar is the best bar, and so you guys know Ryan is what with Canon?
I'm sponsored by Canon.
He's sponsored by Canon. So
but I've used all the bars, and I actually, Canon was my first choice. I've been lucky enough to just shoot for the stars and go to my top companies first, and they've luckily said yes, but I've used all the other bars, and I found that the tips blow out on certain bars, especially like the cheaper ones you find on Amazon. So to spend the extra 20 bucks on a bar that's going to last you a year or two, it's worth it.
And I have to fully agree on the Canon bars.
Yeah, the Stellite tip that's on these are great, but yeah, just don't run them too tight, because if you run them too tight, they're going to they're going to heat up and they'll go. Even Canon will do it.
Yeah.
So I always run it low, and it's also because when I'm doing a big swooping cut, the chain can bend. You see?
I noticed when you're cutting that how loose the chain was. I saw it kind of.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit too loose, and I do catch shit from other people, but
that's how you do it.
it's how I like to keep it, and it's also like, yeah, it's just the way I do it. There's a lot more I could explain on it, but
Okay.
for purposes of let's getting it done, let's get her done.
Yeah. Okay, so Ryan's just getting his saw going to do the ripping.
That's what I was thinking about it being balanced. Like you want to keep it.
You want me to hold it?
No, not yet.
It's a beauty.
I hate milling.
Yeah, it doesn't look fun.
It's like so much work.
See where I had to push it down here?
Yeah, you know what? It's all good because it's just wood. Now, when you have a bench, now look at that. Booyah. That's how the bench will sit.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Wicked.
Cool, hey? So like,
Yeah, that's mint.
yeah, it'll have this is the back, this is the front. That's why I kind of cut down this part, because really it's going to be like this, and we're going to cut all this away. But the fact that these two will match, it
Yeah.
really makes it like a nice, solid, it'll look
Absolutely,
fucking
man.
good.
Fuck yeah. Hey, you could even carve something on the back too, eh?
You very much can, but unless they pay for it.
Yeah. That's nice cedar, man. Look at the color in there.
Yeah, here, we'll blow it off. Actually, I get one.
Was that a ripping chain you had on that saw?
Nope, 3/8.
Just 3/8.
Okay, oh, so much work. Now we're dueling YouTubing. Beautiful red cedar.
Sure is, man.
Absolutely beautiful. So I didn't show you milling it. We got the two benches to 2.5, and the back doesn't really matter because it's going on the back, and I'm just gonna buff it down anyways. So now that we got that, each bench is gonna be notched in at 18 inches. So I'm gonna grab the Badger, put it here, and then we'll fit them together. And then I'm gonna cut in a notch, and I'll show you how we do it. So this is 2.5 right here. This is 18 inches. So we're gonna drop it down to 2.5 and then notch it right in.
Okay.
And then we'll do the same on the Badger, put that in, and then we'll put the back on there, and and we'll notch the back on like I can't remember the angle, but it's all good.
I'm lost.
It's okay. I'll show you. He's lost.
Okay,
We'll
yeah,
show
let's
you.
get going here, yeah. Okay, so Ryan's got that notched in. He's going to cut that out right here. For all of you guys that have never carved a bench or made a bench, I've never made a bench. You made a bench? I haven't made a bench. And then, so yeah, okay, well, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Look at that elk. I just love this elk. It's freaking wicked. Just wicked. So what do you do to, what do you use to make your marks? You use that Sharpie?
So I'll just use a tape and go from the bottom because the slab is 2.5, right? So it's 2.5 inches. The mill was actually right this time. And a bench goes to 18. So I will go down to 15 point high here. And 15 point high here.
Sure.
And then connect the dots as best you can.
That's the best ruler I've ever seen.
You're just getting that shit done.
Yep.
Now this is where it's gonna go. So I know that this is 9 inches, so we'll make it like 10-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect because you can just burn it afterwards. And then this is the back.
Do you mean if it's too thin, you can burn out more depth?
Like if I screw it up a bit and it's like too much depth, I just paint it black and then it's like a shadow.
Yeah, okay.
So here's 10 inches. And then I'll take a little piece off here and then do it like this. So I'm
I
gonna
see.
cut that away
Yeah, okay.
and then give it a little flare. Oh, slobbering everywhere.
We'll edit that out.
It's all good. I do not care.
Yeah, neither do I. That's probably why we get along. We just don't care, right?
Yeah. You gotta be real. So
That's right.
I'll cut this.
Be
Okay, so
real.
normally it's always, I do it connected, but this one, it's a little bit short. So we're gonna blend in the bench into the carving. So when I am cutting out this piece, I go like this to do like a V. So I go from the level just to make sure.
Hey, Ryan, can you give a good friend of mine, a subscriber, a big shout out? Her name's Tammy, or
Gypsy Rose.
you got it.
Tammy, what's up?
Wicked, Tommy.
Thanks for watching. I love all your comments.
Wicked. And Skipper.
And oh yeah, Skipper's cool. And Spike, big Spike.
Spike, yeah, Spike. Yeah, he's in the UK
Yep.
there.
Spike's one.
Wicked.
Who else is from yours? You got a lot of cool pictures.
Liz.
Oh yeah, you know what? There's one of your commenters said I gotta give you one of these. They said you lose pencils, so I better give you a bunch of them.
Oh, wicked. I lose them all the time. Thanks, bro. Awesome. Oh, they're Arbortech pencils too.
They're good ones.
Yeah, the Ryan Cook pencils. Wicked. Thanks, man. So yeah, just thanks for everybody for watching this video, and right on.
You.
Okay.
Get
So
it
we're
going.
good. Okay, so we got it all set in. See, this is why I've never carved a bench, because I've always thought, like, you know, one wrong cut, you could ruin the whole piece. But like, the more you do, the better you get. I guess that's the way it is.
There's no wrong cuts. There's only the cut that gets you to the next step that's going to be the right one.
Coming from the pro himself. Yeah. There you go.
So, I mean, if you look at it, it is not perfect, but I'm going to blend it and carve it and make it look like a tree.
Yeah.
There's an inch here and an inch here. So, and with this one, I cut it too short, but it's nice. So now I just cut in a notch here. I'm going to blend it, taper it, paint it the same, and burn it and sand it, and no one's going to know the difference. And I'll taper this like this right here when it's the final say.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to cut a wedge here down and then set in this piece. That's how we get her done without overthinking it.
Right. Just get her done.
Just get her done. Look at how nice that is too. And then once we get her like notched in, I'll give it like a flow, you know? Like it's up high here and then tapering down, so it has that like cascading feel. Same with here, I'll taper that in, we'll soften everything and make it a lot softer. And then Bob's your uncle. Bench is done. Okay, so you put it at 100 degrees to 105 degrees, and then you just put your notch in here, because we're going to cut right into this bear. And there's I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, but I think actually I'm going to taper it back here and do it like here. But once I have this angle and I see it, mentally, just because I've done it, I can do it a bunch. But if you're just learning how to do a bench, try to do it on a flat surface, and that will be an easier way for you to do it. And then take the same thing, flip it around. This is going to be a little bit thin here, so I won't be able to drive a big spike into it. So I'm going to have to factor that in. Now I'm going to put the bench back here. And remember, when you're doing these notches, you kind of have to have like a taper here, because that's not the proper angle. It doesn't really matter because no one's really looking at it, but you can't be flat here, because if it's flat, it will not sit properly. But if you have an angle, the slab will go in, and then I'm going to drill it in at 2 points, and that will be super strong.
Like you're talking about a 90-degree angle. Just keep it 90
if you
here.
had a 90 here, the slab won't fit, so I'm going to cut it like on a slight angle
okay,
here.
okay.
And then the wedge, it's kind of like holding itself, and then if you jam the screw the opposing way, gravity will be like pulling and holding at the same time.
Okay.
So keep in mind also that this back is going to be longer. So now that I know that this is going to have to shorten up, I just anticipate that. But it's better to have a shorter bench and a longer back, even when you start with this. The reason is I've already explained it.
Okay, so here's Ryan's bench done. He's still got some more work to do cleaning up the bench, but it's all in place. And man, it's freaking wicked. You know, like, this is my first time actually hanging out with a real chainsaw carver, like a pro carver. And he does have the title from the competitions, right? Like, you can label yourself a pro carver, or you can actually be a pro carver. And to become a pro chainsaw carver, you gotta win. What category do you gotta win in the in the chainsaw carving competitions? What category do you gotta win, Ryan, to become a pro carver?
I mean, technically it's semi-pro, but I mean, I say you're a pro, dude. So
No,
I think it's people that do this for a living and make money off of it. And you're a full-time carver, you're a pro carver. That's kind of the way I look at it. If you're fully committed and all in, like for me, you're a pro carver, dude.
No,
Don't think twice about it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna fight you on it. You're a pro carver.
Okay, well, yeah, we won't fight today. But okay, so this is all first growth cedar. Okay, so I want to ask Ryan a question when we got, because he knows, because he's carved with carvers, all from the pro carvers from and the master carvers from all around the world, guys. So on this cedar, Ryan, what is the difference between first growth and old growth? What's your opinion on that? First growth and old growth.
Okay, I can show you quite easily. So this is old growth here. Now, that being old growth needs to get harvest. So anyone who's a hater, the forest needs to be managed. Old growth becomes too big, takes up too much space. Yes, it's beautiful, but at the same time, they rot inside and they die. But that's for the haters. But for people who want to know about old growth, if you look at it here, for instance, you see how tight the rings are? The rings are super tight. That means this tree's been over 100 years old. This tree probably, I think this actually is this tree.
Well, this tree's like first growth.
This tree's old growth, yeah. So old growth and first growth are like the same thing, essentially.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
What you're saying is second growth. Now, this actually is second growth too. So second growth means that it's been harvested, and once the wood is harvested here in BC, it then is planted instantly. We have stumpage fees, which is way too much. I don't want to get into like forestry right now, but I will talk about wood. I get ADD.
First growth.
First growth is a tree that's been there for over 100, maybe 200 years before logging started to happen. And second growth is after trees have been cut and then planted. So this is a second growth tree, which means it was probably harvested in the 50s or 60s and then planted again. And then they've redone it and reharvested it. And then they'll continue to do forest management and also be able to like maintain the forestry industry.
Okay, one other thing I want to ask you, this is the knowledge that I have. So you see how here the cedar is darker than hair? Okay, so, but I've got told the longer that the cedar's dead, the chemicals inside the wood make the chemicals inside the wood make it go dark.
Yes.
From it being dead. Is that true? The longer it's dead, the darker it goes, because that's why it's called red cedar. You can get, you know what I mean?
Yes, that's partially true. When they're dead, they'll turn brown and then they become a snag tree or a windfall. And you will find that dark chocolate beauty. But for a log like this tree was harvested while it was still alive.
The size of that sucker, man.
Possibly dead. I mean, when they get this big, a lot of the times they will start to die because they're gonna blow over, they just get too big. But it's about elevation, location, and where they are in the province. So like in Squamish here is where we are, you'll find a lot of red, pink cedar. In Haida Gwaii and that area, you're gonna find a lot of dark brown.
I got friends in Haida Gwaii.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, you'll find
chief almost a chief.
Nice. Yeah, you'll find chocolate colored cedar.
Chocolate.
A lot of the darker colors because of where it is in the province and how it's grown. And then you get into Hope and stuff like down where you are in that area. You're gonna find a lot more like blonde cedar.
Hey, have you ever like done small Dremel carving on cottonwood bark?
Never.
I got to bring you a piece of bark.
We'll have to do it.
Carve it up. Can we'll look at this elk before my phone dies?
Sure.
So this is how long does this take you, Roy?
This took me, I'd say, about 3 weeks.
Man, it's just, you know what? I'm not kissing your ass, but this thing is freaking unreal, man.
Thanks, dude.
It's wicked.
It's really, it's probably one of the best pieces of my life. I'm really happy with it. It was all one log. There's attachments here This is attachment. The head is an attachment. You can see like the lines here. Not really, but you know, you can.
You see this
And-
kind of like detailing that you did with your chainsaw here?
Yeah.
I need to be shown that. I try to do
Oh.
it, but I just need to be shown it.
Come back up and I'll
Yeah, we
show
will.
you, bro.
Look at it, guys. It's freaking wicked.
I think we should do a video doing spirit faces and
What, like an hour cart, like a
Yeah,
like
we'll do a cut for
competition?
cut.
Not a competition. You're gonna win, but like
we'll
they
do
do
a
in
cut
this.
for cut. I'll show you my style and then you can take it the way you want it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm down for that. Or you do it. We'll do whatever you want. I don't care.
What are they doing? No, quit. Sorry, I meant to
quick
say
carve.
quick carves. Yeah,
A quick carve
Yeah,
competition?
yeah.
Of course we could do that.
just for laughs and giggles, right?
Yo, dude, if you want to do quick carve comp, we can do that. We can
Well,
do it.
it's not gonna be a competition. We'll just do a quick carve. Let's just call it a quick
Let's
carve.
just do a quick carve and trade secrets, dude. And then we'll show everybody that watches your videos how to do them because everybody loves what you're doing.
Well, you too, man.
Thank
You
you.
too. Okay, guys, so that's going to be it for me. My phone's going to die. So I want to say a very huge special thanks to you, Ryan Cook, because this is my very first time ever being with a chainsaw carver, and I've already learned some tips and tricks on the bench. Sooner or later, I will be making a bench, and it's just fucking wicked, and thank you, man.
You're very welcome, man.
Okay, man.
Thank
And-
you for coming up.
We'll do another video pretty soon.
You
Right on.
get it done.
Get her done. Okay, guys, so I'm still on my way home. So I would call that a really epic day. You know, I just want to say thanks for letting me come out today, Ryan, and learn how to put together a bench. And you guys, if you know anybody that's you know, a professional carver or something, don't feel intimidated to go learn from them, right? So I learned a lot today. Like, I just learned that I needed to sharpen my chains more on my chainsaw because his stuff cut through like butter, right? Mine don't. So sharpen the chains better, and just a bunch of things I've learned and stuff like that. So I gotta drive home, 2-hour drive, and I hope you're all good. My battery's gonna die on my GoPro here. And once again, guys, I support you more than you support me. And thanks for everything. My adrenaline's been pumping all day, and it still is. I need to go home and just drink a coffee, relax.